Hello, and welcome to Susie Joe's Beauty Salon, and also a place where you can get your waist beads. Get Wasted by Susie Joe.
Welcome to Boss His Money. Today I have an entrepreneur in the house, and she's here to talk about Susie Joe's Hair Salon.
Hello everyone, my name is Susan Saavedra, aka Susie Joe's. I currently own a beauty salon in Uniontown, 62 West South Street, Uniontown, Pennsylvania, where it's called Susie Joe's Beauty Salon. And I'm there all day on Thursdays and Fridays, occasional Saturdays, occasional Wednesdays, so it all depends on your occasion.
How long have you been in business?
I've been in business, I'll be celebrating 25 years next month. I think it's October 27th of next month. I started in the salon.
25 years, congratulations. That's not a small achievement, that's a lifetime.
Thank you, thank you. I started in Uniontown, working underneath a young woman called Barb Johns. She has a salon. She still currently has a salon in Uniontown. Barb Johns Boulevard. Yes. And I worked with her for 2.5 years, and then I decided to start my own business. I left her and I started in my basement, and I worked there for 6 years. And from there, I was able to move downtown, Uniontown. And until my building got sold, then I had to go back home, which I was devastated. I'm not gonna lie. I'll share that story in a few minutes. And then from there, my husband and I, we were able to purchase a building downtown, and we've been there ever since.
That's amazing. So what would you tell someone who is just thinking of starting a business out now?
First, I would tell them my journey, because there's always hiccups in your journey. Though they see the aftermath, they see the success, they see the clients, they see the building, they see, you know, you looking better, you dressing better, but there are hiccups. So I would ask them, my number one question is this. First, what would you like to do?
Right.
And then I would ask them, are you a people person? And I always ask if you're a people person, because if you are a people person, then most likely you won't want to be working in a cubicle. If you're not a people person, then most likely you're not going to want to work with a lot of people. So first of all, you don't even want to have that conflict.
Yes.
And that's more about yourself than the business, because I found myself that I need to be around people. That's where my spirit is fed. That's where I find my peace at, and I find myself, I grow amongst people. So I knew that about myself, that I needed to be around people. So I would start there, and then I would ask them what their interests are, ask them if they like what they do, and if you like it, then you'll have some drive. Because you know how some people, they want to cross careers. I see what Charity's doing, I'm gonna go do that.
Right.
But that's not my passion, because Charity shared her story with me, and Charity's making all this money. I want to jump over here and go over there, and my dreams are short-lived because I'm copycatting you.
Exactly. I think that's a very big problem that we have, especially in our time. People will just do something because Susie Joe is doing well in hair. Let me also start hair. When you're not even a people person, that becomes very important to be a people person.
Or, like, I know one thing about me, I have a catering spirit. So my clients tell me, you spoiled us. You know, we're spoiled. And where things matter to me in my business may not matter to you. I'll give you guys a big one. After I'm finished with the haircut, each haircut, I sweep the hair off the floor. I cannot have anyone sit in someone else's hair.
Right.
I think it's unsanitary. I think it's disgusting. And I also believe that we're taking away from their pampering experience.
Exactly.
You know, because at this moment, they're patronizing me. It is not a luxury, I would say it's a pampering experience. And so therefore,
that's a big one.
By the time they come to my chair, I want all the hair gone. I want a clean atmosphere for them. So that matters to me.
Yes.
For someone else, it may not matter to them.
Exactly.
And my clients will say, yeah, Susie getting her hair up. There's no way in the world. Because I'm trained. I don't like it. their dryer. I like to preheat their dryers. And somebody like, it's like I'm running around like a bumblebee, but what it is, it's no work for me. It's effortless because I know how I like to be treated.
Yes.
And so when I got older, started going to a salon, I didn't realize, like, oh, you gonna split that up? Mm-hmm. They was like, oh, the hair, yeah. I don't want to sit in no one else's hair.
Right.
So me, I don't want to come off because it's not my salon. Like, oh, honey, you want to sweep that up? Because I need it swept up. Because I don't want to sit in a chair with it. I just don't want to. Mm-hmm. And then you find that people like that.
Exactly.
People like the little things like that. Mm-hmm. Goes a long way. Mm-hmm. Them throwing their coat over the arm of the chair, like, no, I have a coat rack for that. You know, the purse on the floor. Nope, I got a little stand just for that. Your water stand just for that. Because what it is,
I'm learning a lot right here.
Yes. What it is when they're setting down.
I'm sure somebody else is learning a lot too.
When they're sitting down and they see the what I tried to create and they are a part of it. Mm-hmm. Like they can come in like, oh, Susie Joe, your place is so beautiful. Your Susie did is so nice. Mm-hmm. When I designed it, I had my clients in mind.
Yes.
You know, I like nice things, but I have my clients in mind. So with that being said, when they walk away, I want their hair to look nice, but I also worry about the experience. What they got. Like my bathroom, like where the dryer is.
Yes.
Even mindful of children. In my 20s, I don't carry on like I'm 20, I'm in my 40s. Mm-hmm. So people say, well, someone may ask, oh, Susie, do you mind? Can I don't have a babysitter. Can I bring my child? Mm-hmm. Susie Joe doesn't mind. Mm-hmm. If it's just us. I mind if there's someone else. Exactly. Why? Because they're paying for a service. Mm-hmm. Now, I may know Miss So-and-so and I know Miss So-and-so wouldn't mind. I'm okay with that because I know Miss So-and-so. But some people, this is their downtime, relaxation time. Exactly. They want to be on their computer. It's like they want to tune out. So the last thing they want to do is micro babysitting. Because, you know, I'll put a woman around another child. If you're a mom, you're a mom. And I want, like, she's away from her children having this pampering experience. Exactly. I want to carry it through.
Yes.
And so then I try to also be mindful that the lady underneath the dryer or on this side of the salon, keep the kids on this side in the waiting area.
Exactly.
So they're not crossing over because I'm being mindful of the one who is before them because they're patronizing my business and I want them to have that wonderful experience while they're there.
Oh my God, if you are in Uniontown, make sure you go to Susie Joe's Hair Salon. It's a beautiful place. I just learned a lot from what you just said. Sometimes we take so many things for granted, but really that's important if you're running a salon to make sure that the people have an experience. Even when you go like for a facial or whatever service that you are paying for, there should be that experience which you walk away from feeling that you were in a right place and in right environment. So at what point in your life did you know that hair was your kind of calling? Because I'd call it a calling.
Hair always came natural to me if I go back into my memory bank. But when did I know? I was in beauty school and we had an instructor. Her name was Miss Bennett. I remember Miss Bennett. She was out of Connellsville. And she gave me most likely to succeed for my class, and she's the one who told me that I had a photographic memory, and I had no idea. They were doing this party on this mannequin, and she was in the middle of the class. She did it, and we're all standing around her, and we had to go imitate it. Well, when I went back to my station, I never looked back. I never went back where people kept going back, and I never went back. I was able to and I didn't even realize that. And then I thought, man, I wish I would have known this in school.
Right.
Because, you know, I probably would have applied it in different areas of my life, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I think that's when I got confirmation. And that's when I realized not only do I like it, it came easy to me. And I thought that I could do this.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Did I have challenges? Absolutely. I couldn't do hair. I could do some hair. I couldn't do hair because, you know, I was a braider and I could like roller sets, but when it came time to cutting, when it came time to coloring, when it came time to like, I had to learn those key components to being a hairdresser. And so, you know, I kind of jacked a lot of heads up in my community. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for being so good to me.
I know. I think it's all a process.
It is.
From the beginning. Even if you go to school for something,
Yes.
it really takes time for you to keep practicing.
Yes.
And we are blessed to have clients that really trust us, that we can work on them, and we are working to do a good job. But sometimes, you are just in that process.
Absolutely.
Yes. The story about your classroom. I'd love to hear that.
I was in second grade,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my cousins, I remember she had ponytails all over her head,
Mm-hmm.
and the ballies, and I think braids at the end, and she had a temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was all over, she's crying to the teacher that her hair is out and she cannot go home like that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in the back of the classroom. Then I don't know how it is now. I'm so removed from school that my last name was Wynn, W-Y-N-N. And so I was in the back of the classroom, last row, and you could tell the teacher had no idea what to do. And I raised my hand and I said, I can do it. I can put it back. And Miss Ball was her name, Alan Cardell Elementary School. And she's looking at me and I can do it. So she takes the chair, she put it in front of the classroom in the middle of the floor. And my cousin, her name was Misty Thomas. Hello, Misty. And she sits down and I put her hair back the exact way it was. The exact way. Even I was amazed. But the teacher was really amazed. The classroom. And I think that did something to me then. Because I've referenced this story so much in my adult life because the question you just asked, so many people ask me that question and I go back to that story.
Yes.
And that's probably the first sign that I was going to be a hairdresser.
Oh my God.
And it came so natural. I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't nervous. It's almost like I was in my own playground.
Yes.
And I got to perform.
So it was just like a perfect situation happening right there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's really, really awesome. How do you give back?
Privately, because you can't make announcements because everyone will come after you.
I know that.
Yeah, I think in my 20s, I think I was just so happy to give, and then you don't realize you're getting clientele, but you're getting a lot of people that you can't give all your stuff away. So you give gift cards. I donate gift cards. Sometimes someone could share a story with me, and I will tell that. I'll ask the client, keep it confidential, and to bring the young lady to me because I want to bless her or him. I bless guys as well. I've done fundraisers in my community. I've asked people for money. There's an East End Community Center in our community, and I think one time I raised, $3,000.
Oh wow.
And then I had I had someone to match. I think it was a little over 3,000. And I had someone, they said, whatever you raise, I will match. And they did. We were able to give East End Community Center a nice donation. I didn't want anything from it, any accolades or anything. I just like doing things like that. What have I done lately to give back? I like blessing people. Sometimes people, especially during a pandemic, I'll share this with you guys, especially during a pandemic, I was shut down. I'm a caregiver also for a company called Fayette Resources. It'll be 5 years. I'll be celebrating this coming January. And so I was shut down. So I literally stayed on the clock as much as I could at the Fayette Resources. And during that time, coming back to work, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people that I knew. It's like, oh, what do you do with this? Well, I felt like this. They fed me when they were able to.
Yes.
So I wanted to do for them. And it's nothing that I was like, oh, I'm gonna do your hair for free. It's nothing like that. What it looks like this. They're going through their own thing. I'll get in contact with somebody, get in contact with them, and I'll tell them that somebody blessed them with a gift card.
Oh, that's
And you keep it that way because
beautiful.
it keeps me out of it.
Yes.
And people know their situation. And that's how I was able to pay it forward. Another customer, she had lost her spouse, and she stayed in my chair every week, every other week. Sometimes her schedule would change. And when she lost her spouse, I was able to help her out, taking care of her hair. She didn't ask for a thing. She didn't expect a thing, but it was my blessing because I look at it like this: when they were able to, and you did
Yes.
that. And so now I'm able to, I can do that. And it's like I say, you can't tell everybody these things because I'm only one person.
Yes.
I'm only one person. And I can only do what I can do. And so for that, that's how I get that.
That's very awesome. I believe that each and every one of us, the gifts that God has given us, it's about giving back, you know, and even the hair itself, just doing people's hair, that's also giving back, even if they are paying you. Because I believe that someone's hair is really, really important.
Absolutely.
And the type of job you do, it's like you just bring the best out of people. How do you feel once you've done somebody's hair? What kind of feeling do you get?
I feel good because I feel like I've added to someone's life. And in that moment when they look in that mirror and they're pleased, man, you can't help but smile because you feel their energy.
Exactly.
Just like when they don't like it, we feel that. And so I can tell, I can read you. I can like, what can I change? What can I do different? Some women, I'm sure you dealt with this, they need that part on a certain side.
Yes.
And it's not an issue for me. Sometimes I get so caught up, I'm running my mouth, I'm working, and I was like, I did that opposite. Nope, no worries, I'm gonna fix it. And because they're not moving that chair until you put that part on the right side. So just with, like I said, I try to match their energy as far as like if I see that they're disappointed or they're not satisfied, I aim to please. My goal is to make you happy.
Yes.
And get you there. But when you are happy and satisfied, in that moment you feel it, but I know when they get in the mirror and that car, they look in that mirror, and I know when they get home, and I know the kids, I know the husband or significant other is going to say something, and sometimes I get that text, you know, and I'm not going to lie, I love this text because we get the opposite ones too.
I know.
But with that being said, it's rewarding.
Yes.
It's very rewarding to me.
Yes.
Knowing that you could touch somebody like that. And I'm not talking about just women, I'm talking about men too. Because men in their dreads,
I know.
They want them polished, cleaned, and
I know it's kind of a ripple effect. You know, you just bless one person, but it's like when they get so happy, whoever is connected to them will feel the energy and they'll also be blessed because of the gift that you have given. What type of services do you offer?
I do full sew-in weaves, shampoo sets, I do color, I do cut, I do a lot of dreadlocks. I don't discriminate with age, no matter how young or old. The only thing I want a parent to be mindful of, if that child is not ready.
Yes.
If that child is not ready, I don't care if it's pictures, recitals, when they are not ready, do not force it, because I learned in my journey, in my 20s, early 30s, I was still whipping them heads. I'm still doing, knowing they're crying and snotting and everything. And I realized it's traumatizing to a child.
Exactly.
And I learned that they're not ready. It's not about the money. I have to tell a parent, I have and I still continue to do. They're not ready.
Yes.
But they're 5, but they're 7. They're not ready.
They're
It has
not
nothing to do
ready.
with their age. It has everything to do with, it has to do with their age and their temperament, as far as they don't like the feeling. And so, excuse me, with that being said, don't, what you do at home is what you do at home.
Yes.
Don't bring them in a public setting to make them even more uncomfortable, make me uncomfortable, because I'm not going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to take my little cape off of them. I'm going to look at mom. I'm like, Mom, your baby is not ready. And I had a mom, but they have recital. They have pictures. I understand. And she said, what if I go get her McDonald's? You can go get her McDonald's. In my head, this child ain't ready. But anyway, she go get some McDonald's. And she brings the McDonald's back. The daughter didn't want McDonald's. The daughter wanted out my chair. She went out away from me.
Didn't want the hair done.
Yeah, so when I was telling the mom it's traumatizing to them, that mom never spoke to me again. And I was okay with it. You know why? Because it was traumatizing to that child.
Exactly.
And being an older hairdresser, I realized it's so not about that money. It's so about that child. They're not ready. I can take the tears, the ooh and the ahhing, but when they are snotty and eyes swollen and squirmy, and it's not worth it. It's just like, I'm frantic, she's frantic. Mom is like, want to yell at them, and you know what? Let's shut this down. and let's start again.
Yes.
Bring them back when they're ready. They're not ready. And I have to use my own son as an example. My younger son never liked clippers. My older son got his first haircut when he turned 1. My second one did not like clippers. We still went through with it because I'm mom. And then months go by, another haircut. He doesn't like it. Months go by, he doesn't like it. So when he was 2, was he 2? Yeah, he was 2. He got his last haircut, and that's when I decided to lock him up because he does not like clippers. My son is 11 today. He does not like clippers. I can't give him the edge up. I can't do none of that.
Yes.
So no matter what the style is or what I see these young boys got the, the temper taper, got the dress. Nah, my son, that's not his interest.
That's his locks.
And because I understand childhood trauma, it's just not physical abuse, verbal abuse. It was traumatizing to him. So therefore, as a parent, no matter what I want for him in that head, I have to let it go.
Exactly.
Because he doesn't like it, clippers. So that cannot be part of his appearance. Give him an edge up.
Right.
It is what it is.
When we were little in Africa, our parents would take us to have our hair done, and I hated it. I mean, with a passion.
Yes, yeah.
They would do our hair with this string. In the night, I'll start removing it while crying.
Yeah.
And my mom soon realized that I wasn't good for it.
Yeah.
So she started cutting my hair. I was always with a shortcut like a boy, but I never minded
Yes,
that.
because you didn't like the...
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's one of the problems that many salons have, where the parents want their children to look a certain way or to have a certain style when their children are not ready. I hope that some of the parents will get to hear this and learn to just understand the children they have.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we're comparing them and we want them to look like a certain way.
Yes.
And I get it. I'm a mom. I'm a mom to my heart. But being a hairdresser, it has taught me so much. And it's funny because my older son wanted his locks. Because we started my older son when he was 11. He's 29 now. He wanted them color. And I'm like, no. My younger son, you want to get your locks colored? No. Because I'm an older mom now. And guess what I learned through this? That's how they express themselves, through their clothes and through their hair. They're the things that they have control over is their clothes and their hair. So now I feel like I will give this to him, so when he becomes a teenager, he got to express himself.
Exactly.
Versus giving everything to them at a young age, and they need more as they get older. Or versus me, I was extreme with my son. No. So where do you think he went? All the way.
Exactly.
Went to experiment and do his own thing. And so with this one, I was just like, because you know what it is? Because when you get older as a parent and you get to see the mistakes that you made along the way, you do better. When you know better, you do better. And not saying I'm a better parent to this child than that child. I had one at 19 and one at 38.
I know.
Two different women. Same woman, but two different parenting styles. I'm older now.
Different seasons.
Absolutely.
All together.
Absolutely.
It's so amazing that we came talking about the salon and the business. Now we're really talking about parenting, and if you're a parent and you are a parent out there, these are good nuggets. It doesn't matter at what stage of your parenting you are, but you can learn something from this. And if you're finding value in this video, please leave us a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Man, here you will learn a lot about business, about parenting, about everything. You'll find it right here. So what last words would you give to the viewers?
This is an amazing journey. Life, that is. And I don't care how old you are, because some of you may be young watching this, some of you may be older, and some of you may want to throw in the towel. Oh, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 30, I'm 20, whatever it is. It's not too late to press the reset button. And with that being said, I've been a hairdresser, entrepreneur for going on 25 years next month. But I've been in the field for 2.5 years prior to that, so we're almost 28 years. And I just embarked on a new opportunity. I created this business called Get Wasted by Susie Joe, and I'm 48 years old and created another business. No matter how old you are, if something is nudging at you to do something, nudging at you to do something, entertain that. Entertain that thought. Yes, entertain it. You know,
like
we have YouTube. You know, go to YouTube, and that's where I started with the waist beads. I was already wearing them, and I've always liked them. I was always connected to it. So as soon as I came across a young lady who was selling them, and now her and I are friends. Her name is Kelly. I had her do my waist beads, and I wore them for over 2 years, no, almost 4 years. And when I lost my first one, I was devastated. I was on a floor, and I was picking them up. I mean, they're just waist beads. You can make them, but I couldn't make them at the time. I didn't have access to her at the time. So long story short, I was in a real bad car accident last year, and I was down for 7 months. And in that time being down, I was already curious about waist beads.
Right.
And because I had a lot of downtime, I started watching YouTube videos. I started following a couple people. I started inquiring. I started ordering a couple things online. I just had to learn how to knot, learn how to, you know, thread it. And my girlfriend, she was about to be in a show, and I was like, oh, I want to do it. I didn't know the magnitude, how big this show was going to be. It was huge, and I was in it. And next thing you know, I'm in business. I had to get a name, get an EIN number, go to the bank, get a bank account. And so by May, I had another business.
Oh my
and so,
God.
So I would say whatever's nudging at you, whatever sparks your interest, whatever you don't mind doing, whatever you like doing. And a lot of you are creative at your home. Whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in your basement, whether it's in the yard, start recording things or start sharing those ideas and start your YouTube channel. Look what she's doing. She's an entrepreneur. Look, she's venturing out doing, there's other avenues. And guess what? This is your journey.
Yes.
This is your journey to explore. And I was just sharing this with a girlfriend. And instead of having that mentality, if it doesn't work, I'll do something else. No. What if it does work?
Yes.
And if it's not working for you, then get more resources. If you're not getting to where you got to go, then go push even further. And if you're still not getting deep in it, then go even deeper. Because what you're going to find is that I'm either good at this or I'm going to master this.
Yes.
But it could become better and better and better. That's what I would give to them.
That is so inspirational. You are out there and something has really been nudging on you. Don't wait until tomorrow.
Yes.
Start working on it. Do the research that you need to get to until you can actually do what you've been called to do.
Absolutely.
This is Boss's Money, where we bring all kinds of gifts, and today we are so blessed to have you. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and I can't wait for us to talk about waisted bags.
Yes.
Susie Jo.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.